Just how much did this thing cost anyway? A whole lot, probably. And now let's rotate in the correct direction. This time. I suppose I'll have to keep an eye on that 270 thing there. I want to point a little bit toward that so we'll get our orbital inclination above the 90 degrees that is required. Yeah, and the eccentricity, how will we ever get that? Well, fortunately we have like that most upperst stage. I don't even know. That top stage of ours, yes, that's a good way to describe it. The top stage. So, here it is. Isn't it nice to have some good epic launch music? For your viewing pleasure. Since I rarely have anything of importance to say, right? Seriously, go watch somebody else. Let's see, can we get our inclination? It's rising, fortunately. It will get there eventually. Our eccentricity is a bit too much still. It needs to be below 0.04. That's the minimum. And above 0.02. And all sorts of other mission parameters like that. And what was it about that electricity running out on one of our end stages, though? Okay, it's actually really good that we get past the thick part of the atmosphere with that stage. I don't have to worry about air getting into our thrusters if it's like that. Our inclination is still rising. Maybe it... I don't know just how high it should... how this way we should be pointing at. I suppose it's not... It doesn't need to be that much in that direction. Even with all these graphical modes, I get all sorts of glitches like these. Also, our apoapsis is getting there. It's getting there. And we have a lot of propellant still left. I should even point a bit more toward there. Actually, you know what? Not yet. We want our periapsis to be quite high. Maybe we'll like get it on the other side of the our orbit. Correct that one. Where's our eccentricity? Their inclination. It is above what we need, in fact. I'm imagining somehow that I have signal lag, since it seems a bit unresponsive to my commands. I don't know why. But it doesn't really make sense, since we are this close to Earth. Even Moon, I think it's Like, look at those G-forces. They are through the roof. What the? Accurate measurements of gravitational forces in these conditions, and also fire. Vapor in feed lines? What? Come on! Is there anything else I can maybe do to fix this situation? Like, do I have any extra things, like anything else that I could use to and there we go. You get to hear my my epic come on. You only had one ignition though. Epic flying through the atmosphere music. Falling through it. Oh well. Didn't really get the kind of a test. How much money? 7,000? What? You're kidding me. That's ridiculous amount of money. Electric charge. How can it be? Well, this was supposed to be a simple test still. I'm sure we'll manage with this, right? How much does this thing cost me, this beast? How much? How many hundreds of thousands? Well, it is only 9,000. Just in case, you know. Let's add a few more. One can never have too many precautions. Like there. Where should I have these firing at? Like, since this is going to be if all goes wrong stage, I'll have it after the, I suppose there is good enough. Okay, now then. Good. Also, we should stop building that previous model of the orbital debris and build this one instead. A couple of these, in fact. And I still... That's just ridiculous amount of money. All that. Oh, you know what? I should launch this from the polar place, but it doesn't. I can have probably this launch from here as well. I mean. Sattleroid. I was supposed to scrap that one, wasn't I? Let's see, can I scrap it here? Yes, Sattleroid, you are scrapped. How much time will it take here to build one? One of my orbital debris. ships. Isn't it glorious? It takes 490 days. Well, let's wait until like those two in the we'll wait a while in any case. That's the important thing. We'll wait for a while. Do I want to get any more things researched? I mean, wait. I could get some more technology also. Technological rockets also launched. Like those camera things that we previously didn't have. Maybe even a couple of cameras. Do I have those? I mean, I did warp. Yes, we do have the film return cameras. Excellent, and yeah, they most definitely wouldn't be in those already built ones, like whatever. That can be the first part of this science. Crash footage. Yes, that's a good one. Crash footage. Excellent, excellent. And I suppose I won't. I'll build this rocket, and but I'll not torture you with launching these ones. I'll try to get some more science. Still, that might be a decent idea. How much time will this thing even? I don't have the thing there selectable right now. Oh well, I don't feel like searching for it. This has all sorts of things with it, but it doesn't have the avionics. So one option would be to have it really stable, so it doesn't need any kind of avionics and whatnot. But can we do something like that? With this film return camera and biological... I mean, look at that. That's a pyramid or whatever. I don't know. Not really a rocket. It doesn't really look like a rocket to me that much. Okay, well, how big are these ones, though? I suppose that just might kind of work. Sort of kind of works. And we want this to be a conical shape and also pretty comical. Yes, yes, yes. Quality standard. I think I messed around with the qualities as well. So, yeah. What kind of an engine would we like on this thing? Probably something pretty cost effective. Like, how about Something like this. 486 meters per second. It won't get into high atmosphere, I think. In fact, it might be safer to not even build this like it was going to, but we'll see. Like something like this. 1862. That might be enough to get into high atmosphere. I mean, if it's just straight up and down. And we would also prefer to have some of these ones here with us. Yes, yes. Automatic. Let's see here. Apply settings, I think. Now, how unstable will this beast be? Maybe I should have some Delta Deluxe winglets and whatnot. I mean, it's a slight adds slightly more cost, but if all goes according to plan and we recover it with this parachute here, it's a moot point. Let's get some stabilizers as well and check our staging. There. Some more science might be nice. Some magnetometers. Isn't that a great idea to stick one of these beasts somewhere? Like that something. Orbital perturbation, and I might not gain anything from these. What kind of experiments did this have anyway? I can never accurately remember. Temperature, radiation, impact. Temperature, radiation, impact. Right? Temperature, radiation, impact. Temperature, pressure, radiation, impact. Some biological samples would be also nice to have. But we have that capsule there as well. Okay. Never mind. Okay, that's looking like a great rocket, isn't it? Crash footage. Let's see what happened with all this. Some debris was destroyed. Tank, parachute. We lost one of these ones which had a parachute. Oh well. Decoupler, guidance unit, tank, separation motor, parachute. This was also destroyed. Orbital debris. Now here we recovered some. This was destroyed. Here we have some more destroyed. That had parachutes. Parachute. Here's one that we've recovered. Only 2 of those we did manage to recover. Oh well. I didn't hold out much hopes for recovering the upper stages. Now let's see if our crash footage actually can do anything. That orbital telescope, by the way, I don't think it will work in atmosphere. And it's night again. Can't the nights be a bit shorter? Flying low. Well, if we get to fly higher, then yeah. Well, that was a bit much for that. How high will we be able to get? Perhaps 17,000 and a bit more. I don't think that's enough. It was like, what was it? 40,000, 50,000 meters for upper atmosphere. We need to over-engineer our rocket a bit more. Let's see here. Is this the perfect engine for the job, or would something else be? Probably not any of those ones. That mid one. What's it like? 13,049. 13,049. 13,049. 14,068. That's a bit better. Might be worth the expense. It's only 50 more. How about this one? It's again 50 more. 14,068. The versus 12,005. Not good enough for me. And I know that I'm not using those that advanced thing, but I'm trying to build a cheap rocket. That I think this mid stage might just be the best one we'll be able to get for the task at hand. So, just how much do we want to over-engineer this? Big questions, big questions. How does 28,000 sound? Can we get to high with that? What's our thrust to weight? It's good enough, I suppose. We should check our staging as well. That's incorrect still. There. It's 1.12. That's decent, I suppose. Let's see. Or just how much would it cost me to put just slightly more to this? A negligible amount. Really, now I suppose we could. Why are you not updating? There. How do I suddenly have a 1.33 now? Ah, I must have removed some of the length somehow. Okay, that won't even get off the ground. sea level thrust has to be over 1. There. Let's see, what can this thing do? Why? I'm not going to question it. I probably was just confused myself. Can this get to high atmosphere? No, it can't, because lack of pressure. Oh, well. Does that other engine also need high pressure? Where is it? This Gamma 2, does it need unthrottleable? I don't see anything about it requiring that. Just how much will we lose? Service module. We'll have to get a bit less propellant with us if we even want to get off the ground. Like there. Exactly 1 when it comes to our sea level thrust. Can we get better if we start higher? Oh well, let's just test this thing. 50 money is going to be negligible. Look at us hovering here. It's kind of difficult to get all of these windows to fit anywhere sensible. I mean, I have a 1440p to work with, but of course I also need to be able to see what all these things mean, and in fact I don't think these fonts scale, so I do think that it might be difficult for you to, as viewers, to sometimes read even now with or like these things of MacLeod. It's a bit unfortunate, but I don't know what can be done about it, since it doesn't really allow me to even go to 1080p my monitor for some reason. I don't know why. But no, it doesn't seem to be an option, in fact. Whatever. 1440p is maybe still doable for you to watch. If it was 4K, it might not be very viewable for me nor you. So we can get somewhere around 30 kilometers. Is that enough? Probably not. Nope. We are going to have to get a bigger rocket. Fine. So let's see here. Sea level thrust. Where are... Like what we are using now is the AJ-10. The next step, logical step would be... Let's see here. Actually, this isn't that bad. That whatever engine. But it is more expensive than the Gamma 2. Let's just see what we can do with the Gamma 2. We can get 2200 with this engine. And that's clearly not enough. 2200. And it doesn't need to be a service module, right? Right? 2200. Like we have more sea level thrust to work with. We can get to more than way more than 3000 in fact. It shouldn't require much more push. Like 3000 should be thereabouts enough. Let's go with like that for now. We'll see if this will work. Since I do believe that in the high atmosphere we'll be able to get some more science. For science! Do I even put all of this? That might be doable, but didn't it include something else in some other place, though? We are getting some drag. In fact, our dynamic pressure is 37 kPa. Was there? I think MacLeod has all sorts of launch characteristics and whatnot that I could also bring up, but let's not mess around with those now. We can get to like a pretty decent altitude. That's more than enough, I think. Hopefully. Will it be enough? It was 50k, right? Ah, here we go. Film return camera. 10 science for that one. Can we... The magnetometer is not suitable for use during atmospheric flight. Okay, so we shouldn't bring those ones with us. Can this survive 64 and a bit more? And I hope that it will actually deploy that parachute. I don't know about these real chutes. They seem a bit more finicky about deployment. Oh, and I didn't adjust their thing with those. Observe biosample. We've already done this, but we might not have done it on every single biome imaginable. Ah, and the film return camera has some more. Does it like? Oh, maybe because we have those SSDs now. We can actually put those there. Okay. And we don't need to discard our previous experiment and whatnot. Seems we have those drogue shoots coming up. Come on, survive this. So I don't have to do any more changes to this thing. Were those the only parachutes that I have? I mean, it deployed 2 parachutes, but they both seem to be drogue chutes or whatever. I mean, I thought it advertised itself as having 2 different types of parachutes. I don't know. Anyway, we are coming down at 6 meters per second. That should be very survivable. Very good, very good, very good. Well, I'll just start building these all around the Earth and getting some more science for myself. Let's actually see how much this build time is. It will be only minimize. Where's like, where can I it's Kerbal alarm clock. Ah, here it is. 120. But what about if I have it? It's 362 days. It's not good. We'll get the survivability done before that. Maybe I'll research something else as well. Tell you what, I'll see with you, viewer, what we'll get before I head off. I mean, we'll get 10 science from every... well, 20 science from every one of those I think I would get. We were already getting that one, though. Mature supersonic flight. Shall we try to go? I mean, there's not really that much that interests me just yet anyway. I'm horrible with airplanes in this thing. In a Kerbal Space Program. And none of these, like these require the high-speed flight, but these don't. None of these seem to do. These again still need the jet engines, but again these ones don't. So really, that seems like an optional thing pretty much. What I might instead go toward is... Shall I go with the basic solids? I mean, we'll get the separation motor large in this mature solids, and that might also be something that I might want at some point. So yeah, I might as well get this one as at some point as well. Is it now? Maybe? I mean, we'll get a pretty decent bit of science from all those cameras, and after that the polar orbit. Yes, that's going to get me a whole lot of science. So yeah, I think we can afford this. And there we go. We have started researching stuff. And I'm again going to sit on my points, construction points. But I'll launch all those crash footage things off screen and get this Kerbal, these orbital debris also ready, and this tech, maybe even this tech research. We'll just see how long it will take. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye.